Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the last Binibining video before all 6 new queens are crowned. I will make a video, of course, to review and recap the pageant after Sunday's big night, but this is it in the lead up to the big competition. This is my Binibining Pilipinas final prediction. I have to say I have had so much fun this year following this competition. It is my first year following, reviewing, recapping this pageant, and I honestly feel like it's a mini version of Miss Universe because the girls do so many events, they do so many activities, so many charity galas, there's so many photo shoots. It has been a lot of fun to follow. I am very impressed with how many of the girls have progressed and improved throughout the competition. At first, I thought it's gonna be so hard to follow up Catriona because I mean she won Miss Universe and she's incredible, but I'm really impressed with some of the girls this year. Let's just get into it. So I'm gonna give a top 15 and a top 6. Top 6 of course because they're giving 6 titles, so that's what we're gonna do. First in my top 15 is Shane Ann Tormes. I think I called her Sherry Ann Tormes in my free speech review, so sorry about that. She had one of my favorite national costumes, actually my ultimate favorite national costume, which was the purple flower. I can't remember if it was an orchid or what kind of flower it was, but loved her. I loved her in the free speech competition. I thought she did a wonderful job. I could maybe see her taking like the Miss Globe title, but I'm not 100% sure, so I just have her in my top 15 for now. Next in my top 15 is Joanna Toledo. She has such an exotic, beautiful look to her. Facially, she is incredible. I think she's so photogenic, one of the most photogenic contestants, and she's done well in other pageants, but I don't know, she's like not totally there. I have Samantha Lowe. I was very happily surprised with Samantha in the free speech competition. I thought she did a great job. She kind of reminds me of Janine, who is Miss Universe Philippines 2012, first runner-up at Miss Universe to Olivia Culpo. Just a little bit. There's something about her that is like Janine to me. Then I have Maria Andrea Abizamis. I don't know how to say her name. She is so royal and regal looking to me. I think she kind of looks like a mix of Pia Wurtzbach and Maxine Medina, just a little bit, but she totally bombed her free speech in my opinion. And what's actually kind of funny is that her word was Pia and Catriona, which I don't think it should have been that hard. I really think there's a lot of things you could say, that they're inspirational women. They kind of, you know, paved a new path for Filipino women at Miss Universe. I don't know, but I did not think that was a hard word to get, and she did not really take advantage of that. Next in my top 15 I have Vicky Rushton. I love her. I really think though that she needs more stage presence. She needs a bit more of that wow factor with her walk and just her overall like it factor in terms of presence. She was first runner up last year, so I have a feeling she could get one of the titles, maybe Miss International, maybe Miss Grand International, maybe Miss Intercontinental. Wait, is Intercontinental one of the titles? So the 6 titles that they're giving: Miss Universe, Miss International, Miss Supranational, Miss Intercontinental, Miss Globe, and Miss Grand International. So I could see Vicky Rushton at like Miss Intercontinental or something. Then I have Risham Saeed, very photogenic, seems to speak well. She hasn't really stood out to me overall, but in some photos she kind of pops out to me. So she's not one of my ultimate favorites. I know a lot of people love her, but I do have her on my list. Then I have one of, I think, the most facially stunning contestants, Maria Isabella Galleria. She is so photogenic. I saw this photo of her that Julia Sabier took, and it is so beautiful. She has like this model sort of Kylie Jenner vibe or something, and she is just so beautiful. But she's another one of the contestants who I thought did not do so well on her free speech. Her word was migration, and I don't even know what she said. So maybe she could be at like Miss Supranational or something that's a bit more of like the model photogenic type competition, but we will see. Then I have another happy surprise for me, Lauren Bautista. Beautiful, good speaker. Her free speech word was build, 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 and I thought she nailed it. So I was really impressed with her, and overall she's a very beautiful girl. Then I have Sigrid Flores. Sigrid has a strong profile overall. She's a missionary, founder of an organization called Sons and Daughters. She seems to do a lot of charity work, and she isn't really the most like photogenic of this group of girls. I find she translates better to video than photo, which honestly is more important at any pageant. So that's my top 15. And also in my top 15, I'm just gonna list them and then go into more detail because they're my top 6. So obviously they're gonna be in my top 15 is Bia Patricia, Hanna Arnold, Gazini Ganados, Emma Teglao, Julia Sobier, and Samantha Bernardo. So these girls are in my top 6. They are my top 6, meaning I think that they will get the 6 crowns, and they're obviously also in the top 15. So first girl I will talk about is Gazini Ganados. Let's talk about her first. People are crazy for Gazini. I see her everywhere on people's hot picks. She's been one of the favorites overall, very model-esque. I think she has a really strong chance at getting at least one of the titles, but I more see her getting like the Miss Supranational or the Miss Grand International titles, but we'll see. Then we have Julia Sobier. I absolutely love this girl. I follow her. I really think she's the voice of this pageant. She is a very strong speaker. I think she's done incredibly well in all the interviews I've seen of her. I think she's really blown people away. She definitely is a dark horse and was a dark horse before people started seeing her interviews. I think though needs more personality on stage. She needs a bit more of that wow factor, that confidence that we see from strong pageant contenders. So I think she has a strong chance at maybe going to like Miss International or something. Now I'm going to talk about Samantha Bernardo, who is also in my top 6. I'm not sure what title she would maybe be good for. Maybe Miss Globe or Miss Grand International. Maybe Miss Grand, because Miss Grand I feel like is a bit more sexy and Samantha Bernardo has that sexy vibe. She has been one of my favorites since even before they announced like who the 40 girls were that were going to be competing for the titles. She isn't really the strongest speaker of the group, which I think might be an advantage at Miss Grand International or Miss Supranational. Miss Supranational would be another good title for her. Next, I have one of my personal favorites. The next 3 are my kind of overall favorites, and that is Hanna Arnold. Hanna Arnold has been an up and down for me in terms of favorites because I'll see one thing that I totally love from her and then another that I'm not as big of a fan of. I think what's here is the consistency, is that she's not always consistent in her look on video and in photos, if that makes sense. I would love to see her hair down more, a little bit less poised or put together. That sounds so odd, but I feel like she's too like, her hair always up is a bit too uptight. She needs a bit more of that loose personality look, I guess, but she's a gorgeous girl, very photogenic, a very good speaker, so I don't know if I see her with the Miss Universe Philippines crown, but I definitely see her with something like Miss International. Next is my second favorite in the competition, and that's Emma Teglao. She has really stood out to me in the last little bit. I'm back and forth on her overall, but I think she has amazing stage presence. She has an electric smile. You can't help but smile when you see her smiling. She looks like a Barbie. I think she's just so gorgeous, and it's her speaking skills that aren't putting her in that #1 spot for me, but I overall think she's so beautiful. She's just really stood out to me in the last little while. I could see her going for maybe Miss Supranational, Miss Grand International, Miss Intercontinental maybe. Then I have my ultimate favorite contestant. She's been my favorite for a long time, and that is Bia Patricia, or Patch. Is that, people call her Patch? Is that a thing? She is, for me, the winner of Miss Universe Philippines. I completely see her at Miss Universe. I thought that no one compared to her at the charity gala event. The photos of her look like unbelievable, like so freaking gorgeous. I don't think anyone can compare to her at that event alone. Her profile, her background, the fact that she's a lawyer, I think she is the girl to beat when it comes to getting that Miss Universe Philippines title. I think she would do amazing at Miss Universe, and the thing about her is that, I said this in my last video, she always looks the same in her photos, her videos. She's very consistent, which is very important. Catriona was always consistent. She always looks the same in her photos, her videos, because she's just a natural beauty, and I totally see that with Patch, Bia Patricia. I don't know what everyone calls her, but I totally see that with her. She just has that natural look to her. You want to hear from her, you want to see more from her. So for me, she's my #1, my personal favorite. I think she's gonna win the Miss Universe Philippines title, but we will see. So I want to hear from you guys. Who are your favorites for the 6 crowns at Binibining Pilipinas this year? Let me know in the comments, and if you want to hear from me after the pageant, we can talk about what went down on Sunday. Please subscribe, and I will see you then. Oh, and one final note. If any of you girls see this, good luck. You're all gonna be amazing. Sometimes It may not work out as you want to, but you can always come back next year. I had to compete twice for Miss Universe Canada. I didn't win the first time.